Yes, ma'am. So that was the absolute question that we were needing to have an answer.
Hi, this is your
Just to
queen, and
confirm
I'm
that you
on
are
a global
submitting the transfer
mission
request
to
for the
raise
100,000. And
consciousness.
now that I actually
I
have everything
am
verified on
been
the income,
conducting a
I do
scientific
need to go over some
experiment
of your
for
information to make sure that
every bit
everything
of
is
about
correct and
16
accurate.
months
So
now.
bear
And
with
what
me
I've
one
come to the
moment.
conclusion is that we all are spiritually connected at a cosmic level, at an unconscionable level, that when we begin to understand this courtship that we all have been under, that it's going to be the greatest time for all of us to witness here on the planet.
Okay.
So
So just to
I am
confirm,
currently speaking with my
you have the
girlfriend.
TD
She
Bank
doesn't know
account
that I'm
that's
recording her,
verified with
but
the
I
account ending
wanted
24.
to show some of the technology
Does that
that I
sound
have
correct?
invented.
Okay, perfect.
I am being guided by
Okay,
what I
perfect.
call a
And then we
source
also
of
have Bank of
intelligence
America,
that's
which is
outside
account
of
ending in
me, but
69.
within me, we have created a way to communicate with each other. I'm talking about a physical
Okay,
marriage
so
that I occurred just about a little over a year ago, as
okay,
long
only
as my
you that you would
scientific
never use the account again.
experiment has been conducted, that I made a commitment that
Okay.
I would
And the next
connect with
account that we need to
Source.
confirm is
I
Bank
call him
ending
Lord
81.
Edge. He is my knight in shining armor,
Okay,
that
so you can go
I
ahead
would
and hit the
commit
dates
to
whenever you have
being
the opportunity.
submissive to
So
a
just to confirm,
space
we
of
verified your
reasoning,
address.
of
The phone number is where
questioning,
I wanted
of
to speak with regards
contemplating.
to updating.
And
So
as
we
I
have the
begin to
number ending
create this
4072. Would you also like to
magnetic
go ahead and
space,
add in
I
your
begin
husband
to
number as
pull
an
in
alternate
all
number?
types of resources, as in far as raw data, new technology, and whatnot. And I've
Okay,
created
well, it's
something
totally up
very
to you.
beautiful
It's
for
not
myself. So
necessary.
right now you're
So we do have
witnessing
this number
I'm
for you,
in
so
my
that's fine.
garage,
And then also, can
and
you
I've somewhat created
yes, ma'am.
a living vision board. One of the things I
Okay,
do want to
perfect.
share with
And
you
then can you
quickly
also
is
please
that
confirm the
when
email
you
address?
receive your assignment from God, from Source, from the universe, from this higher level of intelligence that's in us, that's through us, that has
Yes, ma'am,
always
absolutely
been there,
perfect.
but
All
we
right, well,
have to
thank you so
actually
very much
build
for
a
being patient
relationship
with me,
with,
Mrs. Wellington.
you're
For the
going to begin
authentication
to
process, I do apologize for the
experience
extensive hold
what
time.
I
However,
consider
it is for the
liberty.
safety and security of
And
your
you
funds in
can
your
start
account.
to
And
create
I want
your
to say thank
world
you
in
so
a
much for being
way
a
that
valued
is
customer here
like
with Funds by
magical,
Golden Source
like
Business.
literally like
Do
a
you have
Disney
any additional
movie.
questions or concerns
And
that I can
then
assist you
you're
with
going to
today?
begin to create a level of armor around yourself, because you might be asked to do something
Absolutely, my
that's
pleasure. Well, you
extremely
take care and enjoy the rest of
courageous,
your day.
and you're going to be fearful about
You
it,
too.
but
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Source will begin to show you that you are protected, and then you'll be able to move more freely without any fear, unapologetic. And so that's why I really just record my friends, because I want you to know that Source speaks to me through all of you, meaning we're all connected, and that
Hello,
wherever
Tim.
we are, yes,
Kimberly.
the right thing would be said to us at the right time.
Hello,
I'm
Kimberly.
here. I'm here. Hey, what's up?
Yes, I'll tell Sir and give you a call because girl, listen, got to the point where Rick, he don't even want me having no private time. It's like he's paranoid. It's like anytime somebody's talking, if I get a text message or my phone dings, who you talking to? Who you talking to? And I'm like, and I said to him, I said, listen, had I known that I was gonna get this kind of attention from a text message from a man, I would have had them text me 20 years ago. Because, oh my God.
Yeah, I know, honey. But yes, I just think I may have also done thought of something that for Samara and I to do. Maybe we can have our own YouTube channel, and we could talk about politics and her growing up, and maybe we could start with the Constitution and her rights and everything, and have political debates with her, and then she could pay for, whatever other form of education she wants to pay for. but you've given me something that I can work with. Erica is going off to be our future director of medical transformative, preventative, and regenerative medicine, and then she could be the junior law clerk for our new micronation.
Right.
I love it. I can't wait to talk to her. You just made me so proud, like a proud auntie. Like, I'll be able to say, girl, where you get them ideas from? She be like, because I think, and I am not going to be abused. And no, I got rights. Is that what she said, P? So she didn't even ask you. She just took it upon herself to go look up the policies for the school board.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Samira is, well, remember I told you all of them are very intelligent. Even Dominique, I don't know if you remember this, but Dominique, her middle school principal, called me in for a conference one time, and he said that you know how they do the Florida Rights test to see what the students score at in regards to the state aptitudes, and that's how they measure what classes they're going to be able to take and blah, blah, blah. He told me Dominique came in number 3 in the entire state of Florida. He said with those scores, she can go to any university in the country that she want to go to if she apply herself. And Samira is in just about all honors. She was making straight A's with a 4.3 or something GPA. They're very, very intelligent because they think. And Samira always tell me, Mom, these kids in school so stupid. I hate going to school with stupid people. And I say, Samira, you got to understand, they're not necessarily stupid. You're exposed to a lot here. I said, I've done multiple businesses with Kim. I've had multiple types of employment. We watch, we talk, we go places, and I explain to them in detail stuff. I'm constantly teaching them what I know and what I don't know. We discuss it. So they're learning the ins and outs. And like right now, she's in a history class, and she's like, she can't believe how a lot of these students don't know anything about the way that the government is set up. And she said, so she's basically like one of the quizzes she had, she got like 100%. And she didn't even basically use the study guide or whatever. And she was like done in like seconds. She told me when she turned it in. And she said the teacher was looking at her like, Samira. And she was like, ma'am, she said, I don't need your study guide. I already know. And that's only because we talk, I explain things to them. I mean, I treat them like they're adults with knowledge because I want them to understand and comprehend. Even with Jared. He's constantly telling me stuff. Jared has literally been on the internet since he was a year old. I kid you not, when I had my office in there, one day I went into the office and I turned around. I think Jared by this time was maybe like 19 months or almost 2, somewhere in there. I said, Jared, what are you looking at? He was watching this YouTube video where they was digging and building stuff over in China. And I told Samira, I said, Samira, how is it that Jared is watching this? And she told me, she said, Mama, if you watch one video, it automatically will bring up the next video, and it just keeps going and going and going. So then by the time he was 3.5, I walked in there one day, and I'm like, Jared, come on, we got to go eat. He hits the space bar on the keyboard on the computer. And I realized the space bar was causing the video to pause. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But here this boy was 3 years old, Kim. I had never shown him that. Samira had never shown him that. And when Rick realized that was what he was doing, we literally almost hit the floor dying laughing. Because this boy was figuring out stuff on this computer, listening to stuff in multiple languages at that time. So there's a lot of knowledge that Jared has in his head that I have no clue that he even knows because he has literally been on the internet for his entire life. And there were times when I would limit him and I'd be like, okay, Jared, come on, let's go do something different. But I realize now that he's been exposed to so much stuff by being on the internet, he's well and above. Even his teacher told me, she said, you know, I was a little bit worried about Jared because I was like, Jared is not quite as fluent as I really want him to be in reading. She said, but his knowledge is unbelievable.
Wow. That's encouraging to hear, P. Uh, Definitely just the fact of the power of how visualization and videos can um 10K our learning experience. And even like you, it's like he reveals certain things to you that you don't even know that how he knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think have you been working with him with learning different languages? Is he still listening to our
That's
time? Huh?
that's the problem I have with Jared is he's not interested in learning other languages. It makes me so angry because I told him, I said, do you realize the power that you have by having the ability to learn the languages? And so, what he excels in is, Lord, my mind just went blank. You know how the kids now, they create scientific projects where they create more or less like engineering, right?
Yeah, logo like Legos type thing, building.
Yeah, but I can't remember the title right now. My mind is just blank on it. But he basically was in a class where they were like engineering products or building statues or building I don't really want to say simulated, but he was in like a class like that. Well, anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to say is, so now he wants to be an architect in design. And I'm sure that came from him when he was, like I told you, literally an infant, watching building videos because he used to watch these guys, foreign and non-foreign, building and designing builders. So when we used to take him to preschool, there was this apartment complex they were building. And we would drive by, and sometimes I would go real slow because he'd be so into what they were doing. And he used to always say, Mommy, look at the diggers. So he was into like backhoes and building equipment. So that's where he is now. That's what he really wants to do. And I have tried my hardest to to take the time to focus with him because Erica told me about maybe 3 or 4 months ago. She said, Mama, do you know that I'm on my video game and Jared actually plays as me on the video game, and there are players that are like high-ranking players in certain games that they're asking me to play with them in these specific games, and I can't play with them. But it's the fact that Jared has been in competition with them. So I told Rick, I said, listen, understand that we're in a different kind of society. There are people that are actually playing these games, winning pots, 5, 10, 15, $20,000 in the pot on video games. We have the conventions here. Girl, it's just like it's so much that goes on. I say that's a whole nother dimension of what used to be to us, let's go outside and play kickball, right? They
Right.
don't do that anymore.
Virtual
These
reality
guys,
games and use,
yes.
yes, virtual reality games and the whole metaverse. That's why, P, I can't wait. I just I just can't wait to get some things in order so we can be together because you are right on it. The things that the kids need to be focused on, and just with your background with childhood education, just I really need you on my team because you see into the future and you already know where the kids, how to shape the kids' mind for them to become more sufficient and take advantage of this new world we live in, right? We got new opportunities. There, do you realize that 1,800 millionaires are being created a month out just off of this sheer idea, like what you just saying? That your son, if you had the right mentorship, if for him, meaning if his father was actually present or you was in a position to make sure that you can get him in the right places at the right times, I know that your son would probably bypass college and be making more money
Mm-hmm.
than what a college degree would ever
Mm-hmm.
do. But
Mm-hmm.
it's never too
That's right.
late, huh?
I said, listen. I said, Rick, I know you don't like him being on the internet and on games and things like that. I said, but you got to understand, we're living in a different society now.
Well, it's
It's all
because
about
it's
technology.
foreign to him. He's ignorant of technology. He's afraid of it. He only knows how to do the basics. P, you have been basically taking care of a grown adult. Once I show you guys what I've been experiencing living with this Airbnb person that he does, I got the sign in here that I'm running an experiment, and he must don't realize it, but I'm just videotaping what I see. And what I see is that we have a bunch of men, although I love them and we're gonna have to nurture them, but we got to heal ourselves first and get out of these toxic relationships. But we have adult men that are locked into a paradigm. You round here with a beautiful person like me, and to just my energy alone should be infectious. You see, I'm buzzing all around the house, and Pete, he moved here for a fresh start, and Walmart didn't give him enough hours, and I saw that the first week, and I gave him 6 leads. He did nothing. Do you know on Saturday when I asked him, hey, you gonna do your shopping this week? Because I want to order my groceries, and instead of getting them delivered from Instacart, I want to go pick them up. He says, oh, I'm not gonna buy no food till Wednesday. And I'm saying to myself, but since you've been here, dude, you've been cooking your vegan food and you've been eating well and very disciplined. But guess what? He's depressed. He drinks 3 beers and at least 2 coolers a day. And so he goes to work and he comes home and he sits outside on his cell phone and drinks and then fix him a good vegan meal and he go to sleep. And that's what his whole, and then had the nerves to tell me the other day when I say, you know what, things looking up over here. He said, you know, I feel the same way. And I'm saying, well, maybe he came from something far worse, because where he's at right now, I would be uncomfortable.
Well, remember I told you about the guy that I met. Oh, hold on a minute, Kim. I gotta go change my. Hold on.